Now, when it comes to the Wuthering Waves 3.1 live stream, there were two main points that had people really looking at Kuro games going,
wait a minute! Who are you?
Now, the first one is, of course, the spending event. We talked in great lengths about that previously, and there's something you can obtain through the spending event that is a brand new resource in Wuthering Waves that I don't know about you, but as a veteran player myself and as someone that, that really tries to make their characters as strong as possible to compensate for their lack of, skills in the game due to the nature of the player I am, which is I'm a casual. I don't feel like picking up a higher ceiling of skill set in the game because, I like the game to turn my brain off and not sweat enough in the game, if that makes any sense. And so apparently I'm not the only one because even a person that's perceived to be the #1 Kuro guard dog, Saint Tontas, also looked at this resource and went, yeah, this is bullcrap. Which I hope finally we can remove the title of, bro, that he's not the #1 Kuro guard dog. He's just a normal player like you, like me, with clear, objective takes towards what is presented on us. And the transducer, pun intended, is quite the deuce, as the name suggests. So I kind of want to listen to what Ryuku Sensei has to say about it. It's been a long time since I watched some of his content. I kind of missed this guy. And let's go over what the hell he thinks. I'll be honest, man. I have a lot to say about transducer. And the first thing I want to say about the transducer is, well, guess what? It doesn't fix any problem we have. And the way to obtain it is so laughable. It might as well not be here. Transducer, in my opinion, is an insult. Literally, if the devs, because the devs, professionally speaking, they can't just be like, fuck you. But what they can do is do stuff like this. This is downright insulting. But anyway, without further ado, let's get into it.
Before this video starts, and before anyone thinks that I hate Wuthering Waves or Kuro, or that I think that like that, please.
That's an important disclaimer, man, because here's the problem, man. I be getting bombed all the time, man. And one of the things I've noticed is people, unfortunately, cannot put you in a gray area. People need to have you as either, so you don't like the game, so you do like the game, so you don't like the game. No. It's like, this is a true story, by the way. I remember this ex-girlfriend of mine. I remember telling her, baby, your shirt smells bad. I think it's an old shirt. I don't know if you guys have it. I think especially guys must have it. Like, we all have these old shirts. And sometimes you don't stink. Like, you just took a shower, you did your things, like you smell good. But all of a sudden you start to smell and you're like, that can't be right. Showered, put on some deodorant. There's no way I smell this fast. The shirt smells bad. You smell just fine. And so I'm like, she had one of these shirts. And I was like, look, I don't know how long you had this shirt for, but it smells. She's like, oh, so I'm nasty is what you're saying. No, I'm saying these shirts, considering that they're old, I have some too, are nasty. You can't use them anymore. Like I said, you got to just throw them away. I know you like it. It's cute. It does look great on you, but unfortunately it's old. So you want to break up with me. So what are you trying to say? You know what? I think the breakup option is a good option. You know what? Maybe that's what I'm trying to say. I think I'll take you up on that. Yeah, sure, whatever. So that's basically what some try-hard fans about these games try to paint you as, and it's so close-minded. It's amazing to me that we have these people in the community, but I'll try my best to take some heat and hopefully wake them up to the fact that, look, someone can like something but still criticize some things about the things they like because they perceive it as to be better. Kind of like how your parents always tell you you should do better, you can be better because your parents want you to be the greatest. That's kind of what it is. So anyway, that's kind of what I'm trying to say is CCs that critique games are technically parents for the game, as in carry the spirit of the game. But the parents carrying the spirit of parents towards the game, as in they want them to be better and greater than what they actually are right now. Not the actual parents, because the devs are the parents, even though they're bad parents, depending on who we're talking about. But apparently now all of them are. I see you guys in the comments. Shouts out to you guys, by the way. Yeah, Kuro Games, unfortunately, is turning out not to be the best in terms of dev practices.
Please watch my previous video breaking down the 3.1 live stream, because that is just not the case, like, at all. This was originally meant to be at the end of that video.
Sounds like a good watch.
So I decided to clip it out and make it its own separate thing, because there is
smart
a lot that I want to say about
Hell yeah.
So,
yep.
Let's get into the video.
All right.
Okay, so now to the part that I think many of you can...
Oh, we went from good Ryuku to bad Ryuku. Uh-oh. It's about, hey, it is about to go down.
to the video for. First up, the spending event. Okay, so I need to let you guys know where I stand on spending events. Like, I'm generally against them in all cases.
Me too.
On principle. If the value is
Thank
too
you.
low for what you get in return, then it's a rip-off. If it's too high, then
Yeah.
it becomes predatory. And if it's
Yes.
average, then you might as well just buy them
Not-
as they are. So, like,
Yeah.
what's the point? But this
Exactly.
Is how I see these events for casual free-to-play players and dolphins. But then the conversation changes for whales. Like, the whales are probably going to be buying every pack in the shop anyway, regardless of this spending event. So they're just getting these extra freebies on top of what they were already buying, if they don't already have them.
And there's not much of an incentive anyway. Even whales are not gonna purchase even more for that. They're just purchasing because that's what they were gonna do anyway. It's like not for that because like it's so laughable and so lackluster. It is insane.
So it begs the question, like, what is the point of these events? In the end, I really do think that this event is to entice players who typically wouldn't spend on these games to start spending and to spend more. Like
I'll be honest, for the first time ever, I contemplated spending for the sake of the standard weapon because it does help me with my progression. But then I had to sit back and think about it and I was like, but what if I just win the 50-50 though? Because like I can get Amyth and then if I win the 50-50 or get an early on Luke, I don't need to spend. It's like if I'm forced into spending, then sure, because I kind of want Luke. But if I do get Luke, I don't have to spend at all. Will I spend then? No. So ultimately, does this really incentivize me as a player to buy? Not really, because it's just laughable. So it's like, why make yourself be perceived as such, Kuro Games, when it's even done in poor taste? It's like even the target audience, the whales and the dolphins, they're going to see that they have all the shit you're trying to incentivize them with. They have all that crap, and they were going to spend regardless. So it's like it's here for these players that wouldn't spend otherwise, and tries to entice them to do so. And it's so weird. It's like why? It's like it's targeting those players that kind of like light spenders like myself that just get like the monthly pass to consider spending. And it's like, no, I'm not gonna do that, especially considering the rates. It's like I need to spend like 60 to 70 bucks to benefit off one standard weapon. No, thanks. What the fuck? By the way, Kuro is the one that started this since PGR. Shouts out to you guys in the comments. I appreciate you. PGR started this first. PGR had this way before even HSR did this. You want to know who's goated when it comes to spending events? Genshin has started to gain a lot of points, man, in terms of dev practices when it comes to certain things. They still suck, but it's starting to look like Genshin may not be as bad of a demon as we thought it was. Maybe we owe Genshin an apology. Maybe it's time I pull a St. Tontas and go, Genshin Impact deserves our apology.
either. For example, back in 2023 in PGR, they had an event where you could get the Scarlet Spring counting for Chu Pavo either by spending 2,000
Yeah, I think this is it. Yeah, I think this is PGR.
rainbow cards on various things in-game, or for buying it outright with 168 rainbow cards. Rainbow cards are a premium currency
Gay cards.
that can only be bought with real money and cannot be obtained for free in any way in PGR as far as I'm aware. And again, to be clear, I am not grabbing the pitchforks to go after Kuro on this. I don't like it. I disagree with all spending events on
Me too.
But I know spending events are a thing in gacha and many other modern day live service games, and they have been for a long, long time.
I was appalled by people trying to kind of justify Kuro. Some of you guys were based enough where they were like, look, PGR already done this, so they've already have a track record. Like, I don't understand. You guys didn't understand our shock or surprise to the spending event. But some of you guys already said that, okay, they already do this. You should have known. Like, I don't know why you're so shocked, but we don't like it still too. It's like, but why are y'all shocked though? It's like, didn't you know, dumbass? I appreciate you guys.
Same goes for skins too, but for skins I have a more nuanced take. I generally
But some just defended it. Like, they're just like, hey, well, they've already done that, so it's like, it's okay. No, this shouldn't even be a thing, period. It is a thing. I'll be honest with you. I'm dying on that hill. This shit should have been free. That's right, I said it. This shit, especially considering how lackluster it is, should have been free. Also, considering the fact that we have a new set of weapons, standard weapons, coming in, and we didn't even get to pick one of them for free, is saying a lot. Instead, you have to be a spender to benefit from the free standard weapon selector. This is going to be a reach, but I would not be surprised if that was the case. I think Kuro Games wanted to do that, but some asshole was there like, what about we make a spending event, instead of giving it for free, we just, $70 isn't a lot of money, right? Right? So they could just help the spenders, and that way we can get the light spenders or free-to-plays to think about and contemplate the idea of let them spend to get it. Because we're giving it away anyway. It's like, why not try to grab more? They're like, you know what? That's a great idea. We should do just that. Bet money. I'm dying on that hill. This is my theory, my tinfoil hat theory. And I don't know about you, but for me personally, it makes total sense. Considering Kuro's track record, I would not be surprised if in the internal talks, this was supposed to be a free event. This shit was supposed to be free. Bet money. Dying on that hill, baby. Dying on that hill.
think that Everything, including skins, should have some kind of path to eventually earning them for free in-game, with real money just being the shortcut. That being
Also, why not use the limited currency, like premium currency, like astrites? Why can't I use astrites? Something I like about Arcanist Enfield currently is you can buy the battle pass through in-game purchase, and it's like an investment. You unlock the battle pass, you get the premium battle pass, you get a free weapon, all that good stuff you would get for the battle pass, like in other games. But you can use your in-game currency that you can get for free. So basically, what you do is you delay gratification. It's like an investment. You put it in the battle pass. You keep playing the game. You unlock all the battle pass, and once you do, not only do you get what you've put in plus more pools, but also you get all the extra stuff you would get from the premium battle pass. That's a great idea that I think should be applied to Wuthering Waves as well. I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel had it. I'm glad Arcanist Enfield applied it. I hope Wuthering Waves apply it too. But we all know
paid skins have also been around since forever, so I get it. What I don't get is how this bike skin is worth $25. Like,
I remember saying Chanta talking to Gacha Smack, and he was like, "This bike looks gay." And you want to know what's funny? He's totally right. Especially when you consider the Rover's skin, like he's all black, and this shit is like gay as fuck. It's like, yeah, it's like if you're not gonna use a girl character on it, that shit looks gay as shit.
wow, that is expensive. I think they should just reduce the price on these skins by half at the very least. But in the end, Kuro Games is a gacha company, just like any other gacha company out there, and they are going to do gacha company stuff like this. So trying to pin the blame for Kuro introducing a spending event onto another company, any other company, is just ridiculous on its face. So it's time some people should be honest and actually hold Kuro's feet to the fire instead of trying to shift the blame. Especially if themselves have been so critical of spending events in other games in the past.
Yes.
Okay, so now onto the second
fucking base, by the way. Yep, absolutely. Kuro cannot get away with it. No sir. Do not lower yourself to this. Look, you can have an OnlyFans. You shouldn't get trains ran on you because of that. You're in the low, it's fine, but don't get too low. If something smells bad and then I introduce more things that smell even worse, that shit was gonna make me want to leave the room. It's like I can tolerate certain bad smells, but at some point, like you introduce more crap, it's like I'm just gonna get up and leave. So please be predatory responsibly.
Transducers. I alluded to this earlier, but Kuro has
the deuce. This is the deuce that Kuro game dropped on us, man.
Finally implemented some kind of
that's gonna get a lot of us going deuces. Hey, look, I'm trying to do wordplay and shit.
System to address the substat RNG issue that I have had a problem with since forever. Now, before I go on, let me explain how these work as it was described.
I think the more I try to min-max and the more I try to take the game seriously, the more I realize how penalizing the ecosystem works. Absolutely. It's horrible. It's horrible. The substats especially. I think main stats are not even an issue. Without the modifier, I don't think they were ever an issue. The problem were always the substats. Let's not even talk about low rolls. Oh, like right now, my God Brenna suffers from low rolls. Because fuck you, that's why. Like I got the stats. Well, fuck you. It's actually a low roll. So guess what? You're literally missing out on. So if I take 4, you know what? I'll divide it by 2. Let's say, for example, I just got like an 8 on 8 crit rate in each roll. 2, 5. That's 10% crit rate I'm missing out on, which is just halfway there. Like it's not even the max. It's literally halfway there. Because fuck you, that's why. Well, that shouldn't be the case, especially in a character that scales off crit damage. Like all the stats when I ascend her are all crit damage. It's like it's very hard to get crit rate. Her signature weapon is crit damage. It's like, can I please? And now I'm just trying to balance her energy recharge because I did notice her burst uptime is a little slow for me. So like I'm trying to get her more energy. She won as well. I'm trying to balance between crit rate, crit damage, heavy attack, and energy recharge. It's like sometimes you need 3 stats. I need 3 stats to roll in an echo, and it's such a pain. They're so hard to obtain. It's a mess. It's annoying. I'll be lying to you, I'm not, man. I've been farming for weeks when it comes to Chi-Yuan. I wanted an echo that has crit rate, crit damage, and energy recharge. Top priority. I could not get that for the life of me, man. I could not get that. And I guess what? At some point I was like, yeah, this needs to be fixed. I'm obviously participating currently in a problem, and I should stop doing that right now. And I asked myself the question, am I still clearing content? The answer is yeah. I just like my characters to be done good. You know, it's like when I put it in the back and I bench it as the new characters come out and I keep playing the new characters, I know every time I go and pick that character, he's as solid as he can be. That's how I like my accounts to be in all my gacha games. Massive disappointment for me personally when it comes to mid-max. I don't even mid-max that hard. Like I mid-max normally. Like I just look at Pridwin and I try to have those stats in my character. Tough due to this fucking system. What's the solution? It's very simple. 1 substat selector. Because here's the thing. A lot of the time I get 2 substats I want and I only need 1 more. Give me the ability let you choose one. Problem solved. That's it.
This wasn't mentioned anywhere at all in the live stream, just so we're all on the same page about what these transducers actually do. The transducer allows you to re-roll the substats of a level 25 echo that has already been fully tuned with all 5 substat slots unlocked. You can then choose to lock specific substats that you want to keep, like for example, crit rate or crit damage or whatever else, and after which you can use transducers to re-roll the remaining unlocked substats into new random stats.
Why couldn't I just pick one? I got crit rate, crit damage. I just want energy recharge. Oh, guess what? You have to get more RNG. What's the solution to RNG? More RNG. Can we not see how retarded that is?
Once the reroll is complete, you can choose whether to accept the new stats or keep the old ones. But fair warning that even if you cancel and keep your old stats, the transducers used in the process will
go away
and will not be refunded.
Of course.
The amount of transducers you need to reroll depends on the number of substats that are locked. For 0 to 2 substats, it costs 1 transducer to reroll the remaining 3 unlocked stats. For 3 substats, it costs 2 transducers, and if you lock all but 1 substat, it will cost a total of 3 transducers. According to this...
Wait, but this is stupid because does it count on the order of things? Because do I choose which substats get rerolled? Or is it like just number 4 or 5? Like it always goes for those? Because I think this is an important detail.
Official description, as of right now, you can only get these transducers either from the weekly subscription, as one of the rewards in the spending event, or from buying them in the in-game shop using Afterglow Coral.
And Afterglow Coral, I hear they're expensive.
How much do they cost using Coral? 30 Afterglow Coral each for the first 2.
30, so that's 5 pulls. That's literally 5 pulls.
After which the price doubles to 60 for any transducers you buy after that with a
Why?
maximum of 99. Okay.
Why? What the fuck? Why? Also, this is like the corals, like the premium ones, not the green one. What about per patch? Because I know per patch you can get modifiers in the main stat. Can I get them with the patch, you know, the patch free stuff? Like you get a bunch of pulls, all types of pulls, and I think modifiers. Do we get that there too? Because if that can help a bit, not a lot. And also in some events, they could give it out too. That would be nice, but I don't think they will because here's the thing. They understand the problem they've created and they really want you to be so desperate about solving it that you think that this is fine to pay. I think this is the psychology they're going with. I don't think I'm reaching here. I don't think I'm wrong.
Okay. So, Kuro has clearly heard the growing calls for something to be done about the crazy amount of RNG in the substats.
Yes.
Many, including myself, have long been asking for some kind of substat reroller and or selector mechanic to be introduced into the game. Well,
based. Also, you want to know what's funny? This is happening exactly at the time I just reached peak. I can't stand this system anymore. This is like at a perfect time. And as a casual, my damn self, I think I maybe reflected what a lot of casuals were feeling at the time. And so when you look at this and you look at the timing, I think it's, maybe I'm making myself the center of the universe and I'm the MC, this shit, but maybe it's just plays because here's the thing. If you're a veteran, you've been playing all this time and you reach 3.0, there's a good chance you're pretty tired of this shit. You're pretty tired. This is a high chance. And that's what happened to me, man. I didn't mind it at the start. And also it was simpler. I feel like characters were more simpler back in the day. But now characters require more. And therein lies the issue. Because they require more. It's like typically three stats, typically. Like at least for certain echoes. Not all of them, not all 5. But for some, you typically need crit rate, crit damage, and energy recharge. Those are a huge, huge problem. And they should be fixed. And what's their solution? More RNG. You do realize I have more chances of farming another one. Or using a modifier in another one. It's the same shit, by the way. I want you to sit down and think about that for a second. You could literally use a modifier on another echo and try again. Literally. Oh, but, you know, you guarantee the fact that you've already got hit this one here, though. Okay, and? What are the odds that I'll get the last one I want, though? What are the odds? Nah, I cannot excuse this at all. This is insulting. This is a spit in the face.
I guess a finger curled on that monkey paw when I made that wish because it seems like this new transducer system was supposed to be the answer to everyone's frustrations. Finally, a way to fix a ruined echo by rerolling bad stats, right? However, when you look at how they implemented it, the system has several flaws that make it more crap than anything else. First of all, it's just way too expensive. Like
it is.
You have to spend
it is.
Afterglow.
I'll be honest. Not only should have this allowed me to get the substat I want, but also, if you've been a long time follower of the channel, you already know what I was gonna say. It's implied. There was supposed to be added things that include someone on their knees doing things, but I'm trying to clean up my. All right, just keep it going.
Coral. Not the oscillated coral, which is used to buy tuners and main stat selectors. Afterglow coral. This is the rarest currency in the game because you can.
You have 1,300 coral. What the hell? And here I thought I was balling. I had like 500 or 600 or something.
Only get it by pulling for characters, and most people save this currency either for extra pulls or for wave bands to make characters stronger. But
Extra pulls. That's how you do it. Extra pulls. That way you get characters that keep the game fun and flowing.
By putting them in this store, the game creates a lose-lose situation.
Yes.
For anyone not spending thousands of dollars, this choice isn't really a choice at all. 30 coral for just one? That's the amount of coral you get from getting 2 5-star units or 10 4-stars. And then you can double that amount if you buy any more than 2. I'll put it another way. You could either buy 1 transducer or 4 pulls. Or 8 pulls if you buy more than 2. Or how about this? You can either buy 7 transducers, like 7 chances to possibly get the subset you're looking for, or you could...
Chance. I want you to keep that in mind. It's just a chance. You're not guaranteed. It's just good luck. Good luck. I hope you win. And when you don't win, you know what it's going to feel like? You're going to feel, what I heard is the salt, which tend to be the taste of something that has something to do with guys. I'll let you, yeah.
a whole wave band for a premium limited character. Do you think that's worth it, even for the whales out there?
No.
These things...
Whales are literally laughing their asses off. If you think whales are... So here's the thing with whales. And people misunderstanding whales. I talked to some whales. People think whales are these mindless, brainless dum-dums that just spend money left and right. No, some things they were like, I can afford this, I'm going to get it because I can. I like it, I'll buy it. But when it comes to how business is being done in enticing the player to do something, whales can see what's what. Whales are going to look at this and go, yeah, this is retarded. You know this, because whales spend because they get guarantees. Whales are not going to spend for this for the sake of RNG. Except maybe like those try-hard, die-hard fans of that one particular main character of theirs. But those are like a very, very a low percentage, even in whale territory, even in deeper waters. So I wouldn't even count them. I think normal classic whales and dolphins, they're looking at this and go, man, you guys must be crazy. I'm gonna get my character and y'all could kiss my... You know what? I'll just use it because you're giving it to me since I already spent it. That's it. But there ain't no way that's the incentive as to why I'm buying this shit. Y'all are tripping.
Shouldn't be rerollers, they should be selectors at the very least. Because when you reroll a stat, you aren't choosing what you get either. You're just rolling the dice again.
I know.
One of these to reroll a defense stat, for example, only to get flat HP instead. You've gained nothing, and now your crazy expensive transducer is gone forever.
Again, create a problem, make the problem so problematic that the players are so desperate that they want a solution for it, sell the solution. That's literally what's happening. And the solution is not perfect, so that way you keep them in this loop. Because that's the thing, that's what you want. You want the player to keep being stuck in this RNG loop. Not good.
In the normal ecosystem, if you mess up an echo, you can at least feed it into another one to get some materials back. With
Yeah.
transducers, if the roll's bad, gone. 100% wasted. On top of that, the rising cost to reroll fewer stats, like I doubt anyone that actually ends up buying these would waste a transducer to reroll an echo with 2 or less highlighted substats in the first place, so I think we can ignore that one transducer cost thing. But the increased cost to reroll less substats is kind of backwards, isn't it? If you have an echo that is almost perfect, say 4 out of 5 stats are great, and then you want to lock those 4 stats so they don't change, doing this triples the cost of the reroll. This means the closer you are to a perfect echo, the more the game punishes you for trying to finish it. It turns that final step of building a character into an astronomical resource drain that most players simply 3 transducers cost the same as 8 5-star character pulls worth of coral. Or
what the fuck? That's 8 pulls.
If you calculate the 4-star characters, assuming you already have all 4 stars fully maxed out, it would cost about 100 pulls to get enough Afterglow coral to reroll 1 substat with a 1 in 7 chance of getting the substat you actually wanted. Yes.
Oh wow, that's bad. That is goddamn high. Hey, Kuro, transducers are not rent, because only a rent can be this damn high.
This level, you are trying to min-max echoes here, but how the hell does that justify this? 100 pulls for a 1 in 7 chance to reroll 1 substat? Like, if this was meant to be whale bait, it's doing a pretty poor job, because I don't even think the whales out there would waste...
There it is. Thank you. Yes, here we go. Finally. Yes. No, the whales don't give a fuck about this. Whales are laughing their asses off looking at this.
1329 €. Ah, mais c'est un deck.
Ah, c'est beaucoup trop cher. On n'est pas des pigeons. Les gens, ils sont fous.
If it was a selector, then maybe, but just a reroller? I highly doubt it, but I don't have money to burn. And because you can only buy them from the shop or that paid weekly subscription thing, this system is clearly built for whales and only whales with no realistic avenue.
No, it's built for die-hard character fans. Like those sweaty, just complete gooner type whales that are willing to sacrifice a limb for their favorite anime girl. That's who it's made for. The ones that make the news. You hear the news, you hear those crazy ass stories of like some dude spending their entire saving that he was supposed to spend it with his girlfriend for a marriage ceremony. He spent it on Farina. Those types of players. That's who it is for.
Sure, technically the free-to-play player could use their limited coral too to get them for free, but let's be serious, no one is going to do that. Not even the whales.
Nobody. That's who.
Transducer system is a solution that is actually a new problem.
Thank you. Yes. Yes. Thank you. It literally is like a problem extended. That's literally what it is.
Takes a frustrating part of the game, the RNG and the substats,
Yes.
and behind an extremely premium price tag. Like, instead
Yeah.
of making the game friendlier, it
Oh, guess what? Even after you spend all that, you just redo the same problem. So it's like you're just back in the loop. That's it. That's it. And most of us are gonna lose these. You already know. Some it will work out for some. Duh. For a lot of us, it's not gonna.
turns gear optimization into an expensive, high-stakes gamble that most players will never be able to win.
I'm reaching the conclusion of I don't really care about character optimization anymore because that's the only way I can navigate my current frustration towards a game that I genuinely really like right now. That's the only way I can kind of navigate because I've been doing decent so far. I have very well built characters, but I'm kind of burnt out. And considering how the system is right now, I can't be asked to care as much anymore. Like either they're gonna fix it or y'all could kiss my ass when it comes to your post-game content, to optimizing my units, to me making them as strong as possible for endgame content. So if I don't care about optimizing my units, meaning I don't care as much about endgame content anymore, and therefore I'm already like this burnout from RNG is literally gonna seep to other areas of the game, and therefore there's a high chance I will become even more casual towards Wuthering Waves, which just happened prior when it comes to around Chisa's kind of when I released my I'm tired of gacha, kind of back through 3.0, but I feel like I'm already getting burnt out very quickly due to these issues, these issues creating more burnout, and that burnout seeping through other what would be enjoyable areas in the game, making them less than. Because when I don't perform in the end game, I know that crit rate didn't land because I didn't have enough odds, and I have to redo this boss multiple times because I do not have enough odds in my crit chance to land the blow I need to land so that I can reach a particular score in endgame. It all comes back to this fucking system, and that's annoying. So Kuro, this could be a bigger problem than you think.
Yes, technically it is a solution, but the incredibly
It's not a solution. You could, man, fuck that. Whoever is gonna make that argument, you can suck on them apples.
high price tag makes it impossible for basically anyone to make use of it. While I still stand by the system I laid out last year for substat rerollers and selectors, if Kuro wants to go with these transducers, I honestly think that they should add them to the free.
Speaking of the data bank and stuff, I was just hit by you have too many echoes, so we'll let them in your mail, but you have to clean up some. I had to clean up some before they introduced you can use these towards that particular thing. You know, one particular set. Like now I just had a bunch of random crap, and guess what? That random crap I have to get rid of too because that random crap takes space as well. I hope I get like maybe free tubes or something free to compensate me for all these wasted resources I had to throw because apparently I don't have enough space. I don't know about you, but I feel like when it comes to Kuro games in certain areas in the game, when it comes to optimization, it's really not there anymore.
Tier of the Pioneer podcast. They should add them there with even more in the paid tier and even more for sale in the coral shop. Not the afterglow coral, but the oscillated coral, just like the main stat selectors and other character building materials. And while they're at it, just add a few whale packs with them in there as well too. So again, just like tuners and everything else. I think it's fair to say that many people that currently play Wuthering Waves used to play Genshin Impact at some point. Not everyone,
Yes.
but I think most. And I think that many switched to Wuthering Waves because they were tired of a lot of the stuff happening in Genshin. So
Me, yeah, that's me, and a lot of the people that watch me, and a lot of people I know, typically in the WoW community, is typically that.
when they introduce a system that is literally more draconic, expensive, and essentially downright useless,
I'll be honest, man. I started looking at the ecosystem in WoW with a bit of a side eye when it comes to comparison in Genshin Impact, because Genshin Impact's Scambox was better than this. That says a lot. That says a fucking lot. Like a Scambox, something that is known by the Genshin community as a Scambox, was better than what the fuck Wuwa had. I want you to think about that for a second. And I remember I had a bunch of Kuro bots pulling up to my video disliking it and shit. Yeah, that's right. Like y'all are mad crazy, man. Y'all are mad crazy.
I think it's fair for many people to just say, what the hell, Kuro? I really hope they sort this out and give an actual fix to the substats issue.
Yeah.
This isn't about wanting to min-max characters either. I consider a piece usable if it has crit rate, crit damage, and
energy.
Other useful substats.
That's that, yes. Attack percent, heavy attack, depending on the character, and energy recharge. Or energy recharge. So it's one of the three. Yeah. And sometimes the problem is the other highlighted stat must be this one stat, especially energy.
attack percent, energy regen, or whatever the character scales with. Some people might want to argue and say that is min-maxing, but I just have to ask, do you even know what the definition of min-maxing is? Here's the definition. Min-maxing means minimizing weaknesses and maximizing strengths to create the most powerful or...
Wait, I thought it was mid-maxing, not min-maxing. Okay, so it's min-maxing. Okay, because that's what I thought at first, and someone said, no, it's mid-maxing. And I was like, okay, so it's min-maxing. Okay.
Build possible. Does having
This makes sense.
out of 5 highlighted substats at any percent sound like minimizing weaknesses and maximizing strengths? That's like saying putting on a mid-grade of armor is min-maxing. It's laughable on its face. Like, why are you trying to get a better weapon or better armor in Elden Ring? You know you can clear the game without those, right? Trying to get better equipment for your character is something only sweaty hardcore players do. Like, I'm obviously being sarcastic there, but that's what it sounds like. Everyone tries to get better armor and better equipment for their characters. Casuals and sweaty players.
Yes, and also, by the way, I want you to keep something in mind. That's the only thing you can do before other patches roll by. That's the only noteworthy activity you can do. As you wait for endgame resets, that's the only form of progression you can do. And progression is key for players. You need a certain form of progression. And I think this is why ultimately they have to keep it as such, because they need to keep you logging in for a purpose. If you finish everything, which I remember it happened to me in Genshin Impact, I finished all the characters. All my characters were very satisfactory to me. There was a huge emptiness that has come and settled. So I know where they're coming from. But guess what? That silence disappears the moment a new patch comes in and introduces a new characters I'm interested in. All right, here we go again. I can just do him also and keep it going. And it's that simple. It is really that simple. But all this is all to sugarcoat the fact that they give us half-baked, amazing stuff, but it's still half-baked. Like it should be longer, it should be more to keep you engaged with the game. That's it. They give you just about enough, and they're like, well, anyway, keep making your characters stronger because you're gonna need them for all that future shit. At least this is somewhat useful in WoW, because actually you do need that for the future shit, because the gameplay does become slightly more complicated. Unlike Genshin Impact, for example, where you're just too powerful. It's like you just obliterate shit. I heard that changed, but I gotta try it for myself.
How far you go is what differentiates them. And even then, even if it was true that trying to get better equipment is something only hardcore players would do, so what? What would be the big problem?
No. Everybody does that. Everybody wants to do that. Unless like you just really don't give a fuck about endgame content. Everybody does it. Because especially if you're logging every single day, that's the only incentive for you to want to do that, typically. There's like the daily stuff, but that only goes so far. Like the daily rewards, but that only goes so far. Like you gotta do daily rewards, but you also want to do something with that stamina that is towards some form of progression. And typically it's echoes. That's where most of your power comes from.
Wuthering Waves is a single-player game with endgame modes that still heavily rely on player skill to clear.
That just so happens to have co-op. That happens to suck. We don't know why, but anyway, I just wanted to plug it in there because people tend to forget that. I don't know why we keep calling it a single-player game when it has co-op. Like, it's so weird. Like, I don't know what to define WoW as. Like, is it single or co-op? Like, what is it supposed to be, man?
Not just overpowered echoes. You could have 5 out of 5 highest roll substats on all of your characters, but if you aren't playing them correctly, you probably aren't going to clear any holograms or any of the endgame.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be me. That would be me. Absolutely. That's why I started to try and learn as much as I can as I go by. Because here's the thing. Also, something I liked about Wuthering Waves is it kind of forces you to learn at least to a certain extent. Because I could tell, for example, Augusta is what started this. She's my favorite right now. And I couldn't do the Zawardo big slash, right? Like, I can't stop time. I only have this purple ass ult. She goes, invincible! And that's it. I'm like, how the fuck do I get like the best awesome sword thingy that made me want to pull for her in the first place? Well, it turns out you have to switch and have to do intro skills with her. I didn't even care about what the fuck. I didn't even know what intro skills were. I'll be honest with you. I'm a day one player and I didn't know what the fuck intro skills were up until Augusta. That's right. I didn't give a fuck, man. And so I finally started learning what intro skills are, etc. So to finally make it work, I started to really try and dive into rotations, because clearly your character will not do certain things unless you know about these things. Like Chiowan's bamboo mode, like when you're in this weird shadow realm. But you need to do an intro skill for you to enter that state, because you need these 2 bars, and then you just swing a bit, and all of a sudden you have 3. Your concerto energy is full, you charge attack, and now you're in this this voodoo place. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I feel like I benefit and I'm rewarded for learning more about the unit, right? Like you can't just be this brainless, you don't know shit, and you can still pick up the character and do shit. You can, but the more you know, the more rewarded you are. And I think I like that. I really do. But I think it's not necessarily exclusive to WoW. But I don't know. I don't know how the other games are doing right now.
Introducing some kind of system to mitigate the substat RNG wouldn't deter whales either, because there'll always be a new character for them to spend on every 3 weeks on average. This
there it is.
phobia of letting players have at least some degree of actual control over their substats is absolutely baffling.
Yes.
Especially when all it's doing is pushing a lot of players away that would have otherwise stayed, because the constant...
I'm not going to be pushed away from the game because I feel like I have a bit of sunk cost fallacy, but also I just don't have to care as much. And like I keep saying, if there's fun to be squeezed somewhere, you're going to see me. Right now, WoW is fun. It's starting to stop being fun, I will admit. And the moment it stops being fun completely, I will drop it like a hot potato. And until we meet again, maybe I'll see it in 4.0. There's a good chance. That's probably what's going to happen. That's it. But I do, for my personal player experience, I do feel like it is slightly the start of the end when it comes to my passion towards Wuthering Waves as a daily player. But if I do my awesome strategy where I just lend my account to someone that wants to play the game through every character and everything, I'm fine. Like I'll come back once every patches and that's it. Like, it's all good. Like, that makes the game, to navigate the game, way simpler. But I cannot for the life of me log in every day. I will not support the game anymore with monthly passes. Like I will not be as interested as I was, unfortunately.
Uncertain grind to build characters is absolutely soul-crushing. But anyway, yeah, that's about it from me. For the spending event, I don't like it, but it's something that happens often in Gacha long before Hoyo. And for the transducers, absolutely terrible and needs a massive overhaul.
Yes, and they're insulting, and I feel like if we don't take a stand right, I'll be honest, man, if these rolled the way they are rolled, or next patch they don't talk about it, like in 3.2, y'all are not looking at the right enemy here. Y'all are not looking at what really needs to be aggroed on. Yeah, your aggro is misdirected. I want this is where you should focus the aggro. Just saying. It's like you ulting in the void. No. This is where you ult. All right. Use your charge attack here, please.
What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comment section below. I'm also going to work on a What Does Japan Think About video, both for this 3.1 live stream and the release of Arknight's Enfield. So
true.
Leave a like,
yes.
Be sure to subscribe. So until next
Hell yeah.
I'll see you in the next video.
Japan is an incredible and important market when it comes to these, man. So yeah, I guess we're gonna have to wait. Man, I look dark as shit. I'm sorry, you guys. My lighting sucks. Right? When it's dark, like in the morning, you can easily see me. I can just open the window. I use the light of God as my lighting. But in the night, I'm Batman. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I still stand by the fact that I think the transducer is quite the insulting way for Kuro to try and solve a problem that they themselves created. Let's not even talk about tuners. Let's not even talk about the tubes. As in, like, you can't use other echoes for XP, even a little bit. Like, you always need these fucking tubes to even level up your echo. It's so annoying. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. This video is already way too long. I apologize, editor, and be seeing you.